Hey besties, welcome to another video. If you're here for another prison time story, and this one was named, what was this name, y'all? Blow the whistle. Now some people heard that and like, blow the whistle. Okay, so if you're new here, my name is Barbara Dior. So happy that you clicked play. You have made my day getting these views up and pushing my videos out to somebody else. Thank you. Now before you exit, can you hit that subscribe button? Go ahead, hit that like button and drop me some hearts in the comment. And y'all, comment throughout the video. It's okay. I like to conversate. Let's get it going, y'all. So blow the whistle, that's what it's about. Now at this time I was a new officer. This is probably going to be about my 5th day of working there, and I was very scared to walk around the prison by myself. Okay, so I didn't really know the ins and outs, but you know, we would they would put us with somebody in the morning. They'll say, you know, after we did line up and we came in, and line up is when all the officers, the captains, everything, and come together in a room, and they basically just give everybody an assignment where they're going to be working at, what they're going to do. You meet up with your sergeant, and you know, y'all all walk to y'all unit together. And so we walk into the unit or whatever, and so my sergeant put me and said, you know, we all would go from that meeting to a meeting in the office, and he'll be like, okay, I need you here, officer such and such, I need you here. And then he was like, Baker, I'm gonna put you with Officer Bradley. I'm gonna put you with Officer Bradley. And so Officer Bradley was a female, and you know, she was a pretty good, cool female, whatever. I remember her being cool, and I remember just being like a duck. You know how you see the baby ducks just following her around. Anywhere she went, I would just follow her around. And I remember she had went to go to the bathroom. Yeah, I was right at the door like we about to go into the bathroom together. Now the bathroom was one stall. Baby, I can't go in there with you. And she'd be like, no, you can wait outside and do, cause I was that scared. Yeah, I did not want to be by myself. So, you know, when we would go in the booth or whatever, I would have to come out of the booth and go to the bathroom, which I did not know till later on, because I'm new here. She would pop the door and I could go right down. I didn't even have to go out of the booth to, you know, go to the bathroom. But I didn't know that. So I'll be like, pop the door. I'm going to go to this bathroom out here. So, of course, they're going to pop the door. They're not going to tell you where. But there was actually a bathroom in the booth. But sometimes the bathroom wouldn't have tissues or if it didn't work properly. But I think our bathroom was out of order or whatever. And so I had to be popped out and because I go down to the floor by myself. Now, there was no inmates out, but there was always an inmate out cleaning because they were called JTs, meaning janitors. And they will be one that was out. So this particular inmate that was out, he was a big dude, y'all. He was just like you imagine an inmate being. We can call him inmate Yusef, okay? So Yusef was a big. He had the big old prison muscles, but he would look at you like he would rape you, okay? He would just and had these awkward long stares and won't say nothing to you, okay? And then when he say, hey, Officer Baker, how you doing? And you be thinking like, am I gonna get raped now? Like that's how he would look. He was so creepy. And so he would be down there just mopping the floor. But when you come down there, he'll say something to you. So I remember couple of times she would pop the door. I had to use the bathroom and I would hold it as long as I could because I knew he would be down there sweeping, mopping, cleaning something, spraying a wall or something, and I didn't want to have no interact with him because I was new and I really didn't know how to at this time communicate with inmates. I would say as quiet as I had to. If we did say that, I try to keep it professional, and at this time I wouldn't hardly say that. I was just watching them and how they were interacting. I wouldn't have too much to say. And so I come down, he would always say something to me. He was like, hey, Officer Baker, I like how your hair is today. And I'm like, okay. And I would go in the bathroom because I didn't know what to say to him. I was like, okay. And so he will always just say a little bit more every time I will come and go to the bathroom. So let's say you will work, let's say this was my long week. So your long week will be you'll work Monday, Tuesday, and you're working 12 hours. So you're working 66, but you have to be in lineup by 5:30 a.m. So you're working 66. So I was working, this was a long week. So I was working Monday, Tuesday, and nope, that was a lie. We first started, until you get out of basic training or something like that, you would work Monday through Friday. But I think at this time, yeah, they had just released me to the unit. So this was my long week. So I was working Monday, Tuesday, and then you off Wednesday, Thursday, and then you working Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then when you have a short week, you work Wednesday, and Thursday. But it was my long week because I just remember like, whew, I got a long week, and that's why I was preparing myself for. So I come down there, and inmate yourself will always have something to say, and I'm thinking like, you want to talk to me, but I got to use the bathroom. Like, bitch, I don't want to talk to you for real. For one, I'm scared of you. I don't know what to say, but I'm not telling him. I'm thinking this. I'm like, Lord. And I would tell, I was telling the officer, and she was like, girl, just tell him to shut the fuck up and move out your way. And I'm thinking like, well, everything in the handbook, it said we can't even cuss at them. And she was looking at, and every time I would go in a booth, it'd be multiple officers up there. And anytime I say something about what the handbook say, they would just laugh at me. They'd be like, girl, you gonna learn to say, fuck that handbook. Like, it's certain rules we follow, but to be here and work in a prison, you can't use that handbook sometimes. You got to get daggone ratchet with some of these inmates. And so I'm just like, oh, okay, okay, cool. So she was like, yes, we follow policy when, we ain't here trying to hurt nobody. We follow policy, but sometimes you're going to have to tell an inmate to get the fuck out your face. And I'm like, in order for them to respect you, because if you're just saying, Mr. Inmate, can you back up? You're doing too much. You're making me feel uncomfortable. Man, you might as well quit now, because they're going to laugh at you and they're going to treat you like shit. And so I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm trying to, I'm coming in acting like Sarah, like I'm Sarah basically. Like, but the policy says this, and and they looking at me like, okay, Baker, you're not gonna be here. And I know that's what they were thinking, like, yeah, Baker's not gonna be here that long. But baby, it don't take me long to learn how to do stuff, okay? But I was new, y'all. I wanted y'all to know I was new. But this man was scaring me. Every time I come down, it was just something more. And he was like, Baker, can I tell you something? I'm not supposed to say this, but can I say? And as a new officer, I didn't know to tell him, okay, that's an it, or don't say it. I didn't know how to correct him or change the conversation. Baker would be like, well, don't say the shit, keep it to yourself. I don't need it, okay? Is you gonna say it, it's gonna get you wrote up? Then go on, say what you need to say. Like, but I didn't have all that right. I hadn't been there long enough. So I was like, well, I'd rather you not say it. And that's how I said it. I'd rather you not say it then, because I don't want you to get in the trouble. It was like, you ain't gonna write nobody up. You don't even know what the paper look like. And I'm thinking like, he right. But I didn't say that. And I guess my face said he right. So he was like, I think you is the sexiest correction officer they ever hired before. I ain't never seen nobody as sexy as you. It's your lips and your eyes. Oh my God. I ain't never seen it. So right then, that was my opportunity to say, hey, don't talk like that with me. But I didn't know what to say. So I just went inside the bathroom. Mid-sentence, they didn't respond back. I said, oop. And I went inside the bathroom, shut the door, and locked it. Locked it and was in there like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. What I'm supposed to do? This man, I told me I'm 6 now on the street. I'd be like, okay. And go and get in my car. But I want to be professional, but at the same time, this man been looking at me like he finna ate me for about 2 weeks now. So I don't know what to do. So I said right across from the bathroom that I was in was the sergeant's office, and I seen the sergeant in there when I was going in there. And I'm like, I'm gonna just go across the thing, and I'm gonna ask the sergeant what to do. And so my sergeant was so cool, y'all. I'm talking about my sergeant was so cool. He was so down to earth. If I didn't have my sergeant in place, I promise you I wouldn't last long, y'all. I wouldn't last long at all, okay? So it had been time where I would be in the bathroom just crying because I was so scared. When I first got there, y'all, I was scary. I'm talking about scary. Because it's different between if somebody do something crazy in your street, you know how to act. And these people murder people. You know what I'm saying? Getting to arguing with somebody at Food Line is different than these persons. People murder, torture somebody. And I was like, if I say the wrong thing, they're going to kill me. That's what my brain told me. But you can't come in there doing your job like that. You have to treat them just like you would treat anybody. If they disrespect you, you handle them accordingly, just like you would do out there. And that's how you earn your respect in a prison. And so He said that, and so that was a test to see how can I talk to Miss Baker, okay? And if he can disrespect you, guess what? Other inmates gonna disrespect you too. If I said this to her, and he gonna go back and tell y'all, you know, I said this to Miss Baker, she ain't do nothing. Oh, so everybody gonna get the memo. This is how you supposed to talk to Miss Baker, cause she not finna do nothing. So I go, and he's still in the hallway just talking and stuff like that. He was like, "The Baker, do you hear?" Cause I think he think I didn't hear what he said. And I was like, he was like, Baker, did you hear me? I'm like, yeah, I heard that shit. And then I shut the door right fast. And I was like, Sarge, I need to talk to you. And so I'm telling Sarge what he said or whatever. Sarge looking at me like, oh, he ain't never lied though. You sexy than a mother. But you know, we all here to do a job. Now note this, my Sarge were married. But he would flirt too. But he never crossed that line. To me, he did like most people that working there. The men that working there, everybody flirting with you now. Everybody gonna flirt with you. But he didn't never cross the line with me like that. He be like, he ain't never lied though. He ain't never lied, but we all here to do a job. He said, next time one of them other motherfuckers get in your face, let me know who it is. I'm like, it's the man that clean the hallway. He talking about, oh, that motherfucker, he a rapist. Why would you tell me that? And I'm already scared. So now I'm like, clicking my, why would y'all let her rapist work in the hallway? He told me some man, he did that when he was 17 years old. He was like, I'm thinking like, I don't care when he did it, he did it. And so he was like, well, he was like, the next time that man say that, cuss him out. And I'm thinking like, everybody in here telling me to cuss somebody out. And so he was like, just cuss him out. He'll get out your face. He tried everybody like that. Just cuss him out. So okay. So it came to the next day, and I went and told the girls and whatever. They was like, why you going to Sarge? I was like, I'm just telling. He was like, I knew that motherfucker gonna try. He said he tried me to my first day, and then it was another girl came up to be like, yeah, he tried me my second day. Girl, you got to cuss him out, and he'll back up and get out your face. But if you don't, he gonna keep trying to come closer and closer, and he might try to do something. But you got to go ahead and let him know, hey. And I'm like, he a rapist. I don't want to holler at him. Okay, what if he gonna do something to me? What if he just ride me? You know, it ain't nobody but me on the floor, you know, when we having these interactions. So the following day, y'all, I come down there, and when they pop the door, the door slides this way, and I have to come out. He was in the door, so I can't move. And he got his arms like this on the door with his legs stretched out. And he tell me, what you gonna do if I don't move? And I'm in my heart, my body, and my mind going like, oh my God, help me. I'm gonna be rape victim number 2. I am terrified. I am scared shitless, because I'm like, you pop this door and there's no other way for it to shut unless I close it. And he's in the way with his broom in the door, the same broom he's sweeping, like this in the door with his legs out. And I'm thinking, yep, I'm down today. He finna get me, because if he pushed me back in there, we're on the staircase. You know, unless I call something, there ain't nothing. And so, y'all, my response to him, we had a whistle on our thing. I was terrified, y'all. I wouldn't even say nothing back to this man. Like, get the fuck out. None of that came out. In my brain, I was gonna go off. It did not happen, y'all. I got that whistle. I said, I blew the ball out there. I was so scared. And see, the whistle was there, but nobody had ever used the whistle. They usually called the code or cuss the inmate out, or, you know, that's kind of how they did it. Girl, let me tell you, I blew the whistle because I was so scared. This man was standing there blocking my way. He got the broom in the door. I was like, yep, today he think he gonna rape something. No, they gonna hear me block. If they don't hear me scream, they gonna hear that whistle. Man, my sergeant swung that door. Whoosh, and there was a sergeant and a captain in the office, and that's what made us up bad. They swung the door open, and I was still blowing it, and the inmate like, Baker, don't blow the whistle, I'm gonna get in trouble. And so they run out, take him to the floor. I said, what'd he do? I was like, he put the broom in the door. He put the broom in the door. He put his body against, and I'm trying to explain it, but I'm scared, y'all. I'm like, he put his body against me. He put his body against me. And y'all, we were this close. So if I'm the inmate, I'm gonna turn to the side so y'all can see me. If I'm me and the inmate, he was this close talking to me. He could kiss me. That's how close he was. I said, but he put his body against me. He said he was gonna rape me. Like, I'm going off. This man basically asked me, what would you do if I kiss you right now? Never said he was gonna rape me. Not supposed to do it. Didn't tell me I was sexy than a motherfucker. So what in my head, that's what he was going to do. But I, when I did the paperwork, I put exactly what he said. In that instant, I was just screaming. And one thing about my sergeant, he treated all the females that worked on his unit like he was married to them. You did not touch his female offers. You don't raise them. You don't touch them. You don't make them upset. You don't do none of that. Then everybody knew that. Okay, I just didn't know that. And so when I was going off, y'all, I was still blowing that whistle when they came out now. I was blowing it when I was still blowing it when they my sergeant got up, they put him in handcuffs and said, take him to the red unit, and the hole is on the red unit. He took the whistle out my hand and said, Baker, we here now. It's okay, put your whistle down. You don't need that no more. We good. It's over. And so they took him to the what's the name? So the sergeant took me in the office and said, okay, this is the paperwork. And that's when I first saw the write-up paper, and that was my first write-up, and I had to write what happened. I told in detail, and he saw my write-up, and he was like, nope, write it like this. And he showed me how to write keywords so that he can get different charges. Because I just wrote, he came towards me, he put his body against mine. He said, what would I do if I kiss you? And then he was like, did you ask him to back up? I was like, I was too scared. He said, you can't. And I put it on the paper that I was too scared to tell him that, girl, you can't say that. You can't do that. You can't do that. He was like, I'm going to tell you. So he was, he taught me how to professionally write it. The inmate, came towards me aggressively. I feared for my life. You put that up there, it's going down every time. It's over. They can get them charged. Okay, they can get them charged. And every write-up was $10, and you would get a certain amount of number depending on what the charge or how many days that you got in the hole. Okay, and so he just showed me how to put the time, date, sign at the bottom. They did the investigation, and I think that he got a lot of time for that. He got like 180 days for that. And then after that 180 days, they gave him another 180 days because he was back there acting up. But I didn't see that man for a while. But when he did come back, he did apologize. And by the time he came back, Miss Baker was hell then. She was hell. I was hell. They would come up to talk to me. Sir, be respectful and say what you're supposed to say, because when you're not right, I'm not gonna be right now. Or my favorite thing was like, okay, back up and say that for somebody else. I'm good. Or Baker different now, boy. Baker will cuss you out. And so when he came back on the unit, they were like, Baker will cuss you out now. She might was shy before, but honey, they done got her trained right now. She know what to do. You get too close to her, she going off, and it ain't gonna be with that whistle, okay? So, but the inmates, they heard about me blowing that whistle. Everybody heard about me blowing. I went on lineup the next day. They were in the lineup. I remember just being so embarrassed, but I didn't care. I was scared, and that's what happened, honey. They said for the first time in 10 years, somebody utilized the whistle that we wear. And everybody turned around. Officer Baker utilized that, and they read the report, and I was so embarrassed that I read it. And then different people asked me, like, why do you blow that whistle? And I'm just like, I remember what my sergeant said. I was like, well, honey, I didn't know what else to do. I'm new. He got too close to me, I didn't want to reach. That was not a situation where you spray the can of mace. That was really, I supposed to tell them to back up, get out my face, but I was too scared, so I didn't tell them that. I just said I just felt like that was a whistle moment, and y'all, they picked on me. I ain't gonna lie, they picked on me. Every day, your mace can right there. Shit. Baker, you good? You whistle? You ball in it? Did you sit for work today? And yeah, they picked on me for a while, y'all. But I learned fast. Hey, if you felt uncomfortable with somebody, you give demands. You give verbal correction. So you let them know, hey, my command to you is do not do this. Because if they can write a report, she never told me to back up. If you wouldn't have been lying, She never told me to stop, even though he know he wasn't supposed to be doing that. That's what he could say, you know. So my thing is, you know, after you learn how to do your job, you know how to move. But y'all, I try to blow the ball out that whistle, honey, and they gave me hell. They picked on me for a while about that. Like, baby, I see your whistle got an extra shine on it. You know, we know you'll use it, mother. We know you'll use it, but you know you got to walk and talk. You know, you can call. You can tell us to come. But one thing I would commend my sergeant on is he picked on me, but he taught. Everything that happened became a learning tool, and he used it to help us to do better the next time. So after we did that, we had a briefing. He said, now what can you do better the next time? And then he'll let you talk, and then he will offer like 2 different suggestions. Well, you could have did this and this and this. And that's why I said that my sergeant was the best sergeant in the freaking game, because he really trained his staff. He really trained his staff. Good man, good man. Anyway, that's the end of this story. I have so many more. I think this series is going to have 20 in it. I'm up to 18 that I got written down. So y'all just keep viewing. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all make sure y'all drop me some hearts in the comments. And comment throughout. It's okay, y'all, to comment throughout. Let me know y'all here, because I know it's a lot of silent watchers. Because if something is going on or somebody comments something wrong, that's when my silent watchers will come out and be like, I'm a silent watcher, but hey, don't stop telling your story times, or don't stop doing this, y'all. It's okay, my silent people that just be watching, baby. It's all right to communicate. You can just drop a heart. That it, you know, just let me know you in attendance. But anyway, I do appreciate all the love that I'm getting. The watch hours is coming up. Y'all is watching. Our numbers is growing. I appreciate all the love and the support for everybody that click play. Anytime you see my big face and you be like, yeah, I'm finna tune in today. I love you so much for that. If you're new here, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead, hit that like button. Drop me some hearts in the comments, and y'all, I'll see you on the next video. Thank you. And y'all always check the descriptions out, because sometimes I be having some stuff in there. You know, check the descriptions out. Go shop with the queen. I got me a little online store. You know, come show me some love, okay? Anyway, see y'all guys on the next one. I gotta go. Bye. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you.